So apparently Capcom has recently made a lot of video gamers mad. Is this really a start of something bad for Capcom, or can they regain their trust with their fellow hardcore gamers? We're about to discuss that tonight on TOZ Chat Panel.
I've been doing good.
That's good.
How's everyone doing?
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear, man. Um, right now we're looking at Capcom, man, and the thing that's made a lot of people upset is that their business practices are frustrating their consumers, and the most dedicated consumers, the core crowd, are wondering what is up with Mega Man. And to start off with you, Ark, man, what do you think of the situation with Capcom and their?
I okay. Starting with Mega Man. I gotta say, I'm rather surprised and shocked a bit even at the way things have been going lately, as far as Mega Man goes, because I've been hearing that there have been a number of cancellations going for Mega Man games that people have been talking about bringing out all of a sudden, with the most recent being that of Mega Man Legends 3, which it's been, let's see, how many years since 2 was had come out on the PlayStation? About,
I think it came out in
I think,
2001, I believe.
yeah, about 10 years now. So yeah, they were trying to hype it up. They were talking a lot about it. They had footage, they had gameplay footage going, even they had this and that and the others. They were trying to get people involved, and then suddenly one day Capcom just turns around and says, "Hey, I'm pulling the plug."
Yeah,
They
that's
came
pretty much
this
the
close.
case.
Suddenly they decided not to. Then they say, "No, there's not going to be one, and we're not even going to release the prototype." I just can't help but think, why? What is up with you? What is up with you
So,
guys? I mean,
most of the recent news, which has been known, is because of the tsunami in Japan. Some people are still kind of frustrated. Well, I guess that tsunami has to do with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But
yeah.
so it's still, I have to correct myself. Still a mystery to why was Mega Man. It was because Kenji and Fune left the company. I mean, what happened? I mean, Leon, what speculation can you provide? Because
Uh, I don't really know. To be quite honest, I think that there may have been some falling out with Kenji and Fune, where they may have had a disagreement of some sort, and Kenji and Fune just got tired of Capcom's nonsense, and he just said, "You know what? Screw this. I don't have to put up with it. I'm leaving." Even though he hated probably doing it because of he enjoys Mega Man himself, because I could have sworn I recall seeing comments where like one person said that Kenji and Fune really does enjoy doing his work, and he probably does regret a lot doing this, where he had no choice but just leave because he couldn't, really put up with any more of Capcom's stress. Which I can't really blame him. I mean, the way I see it with Mega Man Legends 3, though, my thoughts on the whole cancellation, not only does it, just to add insult to injury, they take the prototype away. I mean, it's pretty much like my impressions are pretty much the same as Ark's. It's like, why, why like what was the point of hyping this game up if you're going to have second thoughts about it? What they should have done is that they should have had a group discussion like with the people, the developers, and Kenshin Fune himself. They could have talked it over, probably worked some kind of deal out where they could have delayed the game for a while until they worked out the tsunami stuff and worked out whatever stuff they had going on with their families and their own personal life, probably with the tsunami and earthquakes going on over there in their area. That's what I think. But the way I see it overall is that I find this to be a huge slap in the face to the fan base, because they not only do they say we're canceling the project, but we're not giving you the prototype either.
I guess that's because of legal reasons and intellectual property reasons, because they want to protect the property. And it's not going to stop the fan
Yeah.
base. So there's already a 3D copy of one of the the newer character. I forgot his name. Forgive me, but the guy that rode on the scooter and
His name was Arrow.
Arrow.
As I recall.
Not the
Oh
girl,
yeah.
but the guy. Is the guy named Arrow?
Yeah, the guy's name Arrow, I believe.
I forgot the name of the girl, but Zach, what do you think, man? I mean, you think the fans? I mean, especially we got the Mega Man comic book from Archie still running. We got Mega Man X2 heading to the Wii World Virtual Console in a bit. I mean, what do you think, Zach?
Well, I honestly think that Keiji Inafune was pretty much like Leon was saying, that he was pretty much tired of Capcom rushing him to make all these new Mega Man games. He said, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna take all this and like leave it all behind. I mean, the fan base obviously is still mad about this, and with the petitions going on and everything, it's just like it still survives even though everything's on canceled. I mean, you know.
And as an example, I'm going to bring up Sonic as just a small example, real quick. Sonic has been through the hell of bad game sequels, but for some reason, Sega decided not to cancel Sonic Generations. They're still going through it. But then we got
Yeah.
Mega Man, who is still a worldwide cultural icon, man. I mean, that's still he as big as Sonic. At least is probably on around as Mickey or Bugs, but he got his own cartoon, own comics, had his own anime on Kids WB, had the Mega Man Zero, the Battle Network series,
A lot of spin-offs, yeah.
Yeah.
all these spin-offs that did not really kill the franchise as a whole, and people were just eating it up. All of a sudden, this happens. I don't.
I know.
It's still just a quagmire of what Capcom would do. I'm hoping that Tokyo Gaming Show this year. Hopefully, this is just a wish list that hopefully something will come up and happen with it. I mean, there's some other things that Capcom has made people upset with. One of them I'm trying to think besides Ultimate Capcom 3, but I'm going to talk about Devil May Cry for a second. Do you think that it's justified for people to be upset over Dante's new look?
Uh, well, first of all, I'll say this right now. I haven't exactly played the latest of Devil May Cry, so I can't really form that much of an opinion. So bear with me on
But
this.
just in terms of
But
character design, you've seen him as with the white hair, red coat, badass smirk, and the guns and the big sword in the back. But then people see
yeah,
him and he looks, they
a
classify,
lot young.
yeah, a lot younger. They say it's an origin game. They classify him as emo. Do you think it's an evolution of game character design? Or you think it's about right?
I don't know. Well, hmm. If there's a, I guess if there was like a lot of drama going on that involves around the character and I guess his life or his past or whichever, I suppose one could understand why some people would think of him as emo Dante. That's like you might as well say that Cloud's emo because of such and such that happened, with his past throughout Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
You know, uh, so I don't know
I mean,
really. I don't want to say. I don't like to think so, but again, I haven't
played the
exactly caught
game.
up to speed lately with Dante and you know what's evolved around him ever since like three,
So,
since Devil May Cry 3.
yeah.
So
So I mean, Leon, do you think the character design, like his hair? I mean, it seems like at one point in the trailer that well, I'm assuming it's a gameplay mechanic. Do you got enough energy? Then you can go into devil, like his regular devil self mode, where he has the white hair and he's kicking ass
Uh,
and everything like that. But Leon, what do you think, man?
well, just same thing with Arclight. I don't really know much about the Devil May Cry series, but I have seen the trailer, I think. My memory's a bit foggy here, so bear with me, but I do recall seeing a trailer where they showed what Dante looked like, I think. It is Dante, right?
Yeah,
I'm just checking to be sure if not, it's
yes,
not a different character. Okay, just checking. But if people are going to complain about his hairstyle, I'm sorry, but no offense. That just kind of reminds me of the Sonic eye color bitching I hear about. Comparing that for an example. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Complaining about just because of the character looks different doesn't mean it's going to suck. I'm sorry, but basing it off that one, hairstyle or eye color, that is nothing short of that's just stupid.
Nitpicking.
I'm sorry. It's very nitpicky, extremely nitpicky. Like it's like what a not resident did with his rant with saying Sonic has green eyes, blasphemy.
I think Sonic looks good with the green eyes. Really, I think it's kind of
I
cool.
never had that much of a problem with it.
I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
Same with Dante's black hair. I mean, if it's to the style and atmosphere of the title, I guess, then I'm up for it. And I
Yeah.
mean, and Zach, what are your feelings on it?
Well, again, like Leon was saying about the whole Green Eye debacle, you shouldn't judge a character on his appearance. It's mainly that even though he's like has his new style and everything, it's still gonna be the same gameplay mechanics as the old games.
And I'm not. I think that most people, I guess, when I see things like that, I'm the kind of fan that's not stuck in a generation of games. I like to see it progress. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I mean,
and
because it gets old if you least don't move it to some kind of new level. You know,
you got a point. And along with the green eyes, in the original Sonic Adventure, he did have green eyes. People just didn't notice until Sonic 4 rolled around.
I just that if that's really true, boy, that's sad. But now we're gonna move on to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate, the Ultimate Edition. I know you guys got a lot to say on this. Apparently, if you're new to listening to this, basically, the tsunami and kind of messed up things for Capcom. I'm bringing it up again, but I mean, I'll have to say God bless them. Hope everything works out. But people are
Right.
upset that all the extra characters are going to be put on the disc. 8 new stages. There's some new modes coming. Speculative mode that should have been in there, and the Angry Joe was very, very upset because he feels like this is BS. Don't buy this game. Even
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright is in it. I mean, I'll start off with you, Ark. What is your feelings behind Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
Oh, let's see. Well, when it was leaked about what characters were going to be in it, I was, for one thing, I'll say this right now, I was really surprised at a particular choice they made. Like at first, it was rumored to be adding. People were talking about adding Phoenix Wright to the mix. It was like a joke or something. Some people thought it would be crazy, crazy. So I was like, oh, because Phoenix is awesome. He's so popular. You can do this and that. But you
Yeah.
got to think for a second. It's like, what can Phoenix do as a fighting character?
I mean,
Besides smacking people with a
you
briefcase?
look at Frank West. I guess
Yeah, from Tatsunoko versus Capcom.
he's got all these powers and stuff, and like based off the game, the Dead Rising game, he has the ultimate Mega Buster or real Mega Buster. He has a bat. He can charge you through zombies, toss zombies at you.
Yeah.
So maybe they might have some assist from the characters from the Phoenix Wright universe, I guess.
Right.
Well, that could be one argument, but anyways, what I'm getting at is when I found out that that Capcom was actually doing it and adding them in, I was like, oh my god, people are gonna be just going nuts over Phoenix right now. Just curious to see what he can do. Let's see, not just Phoenix, they got
They
they
got
got Nighthawk, they got
Nemesis,
Ghost
Ghost,
Ghost Rider, I believe.
Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, Virgil from Devil May Cry,
yeah, which I thought was an awesome choice.
Iron Fist, Doctor Strange, Nova, and Rocket Raccoon, which
Yeah,
is
that's another question I need to bring up. Who
The
who is
hell?
Rocket Raccoon?
he
Where did he come from?
he's kind of like Marvel's version of Star Fox, I guess, from back in the day. I guess it's some space opera type of thingy, and he has blasters for weapons and stuff like that. I guess that's for the people who love furry cartoon characters crowd. But I'm kind of
Yeah.
perplexed as you. I mean, where's Jubilee? Okay, yes, I said it. But where's Gambit actually? I would like to see Gambit return. Where's Rogue? Man,
Where's I know this is a fanboy talking, but where's Mega Man X? If Zero can have his spotlight in two games, why can't Mega Man X have his turn? You know?
That's another one that
Uh,
people are still raging about. Where is Mega Man? Why are they dissing him even in Marvel vs. Capcom
they could
3?
have
What the
had.
hell's going on with that? You
I'll
know?
be shocked and laughing if they put Brawl in over Mega Man if that were to ever happen. Woo. She's
uh,
fightable too. It's cute. Her attacks are awesome. They're comical, really. And there's Mega Man Bolnut as well, but
Yeah.
No, here's a thought. Instead of Mega Man, they turn around and throw in Proto Man.
yeah. Ooh.
Oh!
that would be a nice touch.
Oh.
All
Uh,
the
uh,
all the fangirls will be squealing.
Yes.
here's another character I would like to see. What about Cyclops?
Ooh, yeah, Cyclops, man.
Yeah, why did Cyclops get in on the
That
action?
kind of made me curious because I did
Yeah.
enjoy playing as Cyclops, and there's like,
Optic blast.
yeah, I mean it was always fun doing that move. I mean I always liked doing that move, Optic Blast, and doing a special where I think that he also had a special where he would shoot the Optic Blast in the air.